again, everybody. Let's talk about books for 3-year-olds. So I only have one of our Usborne Beginners to show you, but we have an Usborne Beginners nonfiction series with lots of things in it, and then we also have a Young Beginners with only 5 or 6 in them, and this is my favorite, Under the Ground, but there's also one about bugs and nighttime animals and seasons and dinosaurs, so look for specifically Usborne Young Beginners. That's for our 3-year-old range. Usborne Beginner, a little higher, more like 4 or 5. So these ones, like I said, they're nonfiction. There's some combination of drawings versus actual pictures. This is one of my favorite pages. What it looks like as it becomes a carrot. Really thought-provoking subjects. Gonna lead to a lot of questions. And if your kid is anything like mine, it's also going to lead to a lot of, Mommy, did you know? As she tells me something that I just read to her 2 seconds ago and then retells it to me. So that's our Usborne Young Beginners. These are only $5 a piece, and they're good size for little 3-year-old hands. And for those of you with 4 or 5-year-olds, I'll be showing you the next level up of these. They're awesome. We have lots of different flat books, but the ones that are good for our 3-year-olds are called Peek Insides. So here I have Peek Inside Nighttime, Peek Inside the Zoo, Peek Inside a Beehive is our newest one, Peek Inside the Garden, Peek Inside a Plane. Let's look at the beehive since I haven't even had a chance to look at this one. Bees are buzzing all around the flowers. What are they doing? Peek inside to find out. And then there's that little flap. Bzzz. All sorts of extra information. So these generally have just 1 or 2 flaps per page. And you get to peek inside and see what's going on in this beehive. So that's the Peek Inside series. These are about $11.99 a piece. And then we have a offshoot of our Peek Inside series. That's Peek Inside a Fairy Tale. These are $14.99 because we have to buy the rights to the stories, of course. But this is our newest one, The Elves and the Shoemakers. We've got The Little Mermaid. We've got Snow White, Beauty and the Beast, and Jack and the Beanstalk. Peek Inside Beauty and the Beast is my favorite. That's my favorite tale, and she's also, Belle has purple hair, which, how can it get much better? But you've got these cool textures on the gate, and then you can open up the castle under this flap and see all of the amazing things. Very short version of the story, perfect for a 3-year-old attention span, where there's lots of things to touch and lift while you're reading the story. Really keeps them engaged. So that's the Peek Inside a Fairy Tale, and I'll add a link for all of those. If you're worried that all of my books have flaps, have no fear. The My Very First series, just the same amount of great information. It's nonfiction, but it doesn't have any flaps. So this is the one about dinosaurs. Dinosaur means terrible lizard. Some dinosaurs were big and frightening, but others were surprisingly small. And then it goes through that this is an Apatosaurus and a Scatosaurus and a Gargliosaurus and all these other different names. So if your kid's really into memorizing all of the different dinosaurs, this is definitely the book for you. It's very colorful, and it's got these kind of floppy board pages, so your kid can't really ruin it. So that's My Very First Dinosaur. There's also My Very First Season Oceans, My Very First Space Book, My Very First Body Book, My Very First Science Book, and My Very First Outdoor Book. And these are all only $11.99. Very good quality for that price. We have a couple of storybooks for this age range, more than a couple, but I'm going to show you a couple. I'm a Hungry Dinosaur is the sequel to I'm a Dirty Dinosaur. I don't have any dirty dinosaurs to show you, but I'm a hungry dinosaur with a hungry tum. I'll shake and stir and mix and beat and make a cake that's yum. Shake, shake, stir, stir, make a cake that's yum. I'm a hungry dinosaur with cake mix for the pan. I'll tip it in and pat it down and smooth it best I can. Tip, tip, pat, pat, smooth it best I can. Check out, they actually smeared some cake mix onto the illustrations in order to make it look real, and there's sprinkles all over the place. He makes a real big mess. You really like when it's a 3-year-old and you're trying to keep their attention, something that has a nice rhythm and a beat that you can almost sing it or go ahead and sing it like I just did. That makes them pay attention. It makes them memorize it faster, and then they can later read it to you once they have it memorized, and that's how we build their confidence that they are a reader. My daughter has both I'm a Dirty Dinosaur and I'm a Hungry Dinosaur memorized, so she reads them to me, even though she's pre-reading. We have a celebration of sisters and a celebration of brothers. Let me show you sisters. I really love these because I grew up with sisters. So it's sisters share all your hopes and they soothe all your fears as days drift to months and float into years. Your life twists and it turns, leaps up and sinks down, but sisters stay constant and smooth all your frowns. Aren't these so cute? We're really into having a lot of diversity in our pictures. You'll start to notice as I show you more and more that the families in the pictures are very diverse. The brothers one, the celebration of brothers, features the mom wearing a hijab. Not part of the story, but it's something you can talk about later so that if your kid sees a woman in the grocery store wearing a hijab, she doesn't think that it's a ninja. True story. Not my story, but true story. We have a grandma's favorite and a grandpa's favorite, and these also come in Spanish, which is great. Abuela. So we've got, my grandma's favorite chair has extra room for me. The two of us play pirates and we sail away to sea. My grandma's favorite quilt feels snugly warm like hugs. Inside we make a secret fort. Outside we study bugs. Oh, oven's done. This is I Breathe. It's a yoga book for toddlers. I think that yoga and toddlers go together really well. The beginnings of mindfulness and such. How to bring calm to yourself, even if things aren't calm around you. Big fan of I Breathe. I'm going to show you a couple activity things. We do have some puzzles that come with books that go along with the story that's happening in the puzzle. This is a 100-piece puzzle, books and jigsaw puzzles under the sea, and it's $14.99. I also have a whole lot of little sticker Dolly sticker books where you get to dress up the little ladies in Cinderella. That's a big one. And Rainbow Fairies is my newest one. And then our bigger sized sticker books are the very first. So we've got first sticker book Narwhals, sticker book Dinosaurs, Traveling, Building Sites, Bugs, Sea, and Princesses. And these are only $6.99. And then I don't have a new magic book to show you, but we have magic paint books. And what that means is it starts out where the picture is plain, and then you add water. This one's in the process. You add water and the color magically appears. It still takes my daughter a good 20-30 minutes to finish one of these, which when I really need her to leave me alone, very helpful. The Princess Magic Paint ones actually have a story that go along with it, so we keep them in here, but they are perforated, so we can tear them out, and not all of them have stories. Some of them are just about the jungle or about dinosaurs, so the Magic Paint books, very much a help. It comes with a paintbrush, but I sometimes give her a really small paintbrush, so it takes a really long time to finish. That's my little secret from me to you. I know I've got way more here that would be perfect for 3-year-olds, but I don't have all day to show them all. All of them are my favorites, so it's really hard to pick. So these are the few that I picked out to show you for 3-year-olds. And of course, if you go to my website, we've got so many books, you guys. You're going to want them all. All right, talk to you guys soon. We'll talk about 4-year-old books. Bye-bye.